biggest strength, I would have to say it's like just making things taste good in general. Like it's pretty easy for me to, have almost anyone like something that I make because I'm tasting the food as I go, and I'm constantly asking other people's opinions and changing it accordingly through the process. There's a lot of skills other than just your basic cooking skills that are necessary, like communication and teamwork, delegation, and there's like a ton of responsibilities. Number one, if you're like every time you walk around a corner, you're supposed to stay sharp if you have like a knife, or even if you're like carrying something, because if you don't, you're probably going to run into somebody. And if you're behind someone who's got like a hot pan and they don't know, they're going to turn around and whack you with this hot pan. That's like one of them, but also you have to know how to work with each other and work from each other, and communication is key at that point because you need other people to produce, one product, especially if you're working in a restaurant. Like if you're like on grill, you're going to need saute or something for a component of your dish that you're creating. So it's all, you have to communicate. I like fast-paced. If it's a slow-paced, you tend to, not necessarily get behind, but you just don't stay on track as much because you're not constantly pushing yourself and constantly under that pressure of having to perform that task. And I find a lot of times if you're like forced into a situation and it's like a fast pace or you're required to produce it quicker, you'll pick it up faster because you're doing it faster and you have to produce it and like you're dependent on. I really like to do the desserts just because I have a big sweet tooth, but I also like working with chicken. I feel it's pretty easy to work with, and it's you can flavor it however you want, and it's really easy to just like mix seasonings together and make it taste good and roast it or something, and it always turns out nice. The school has taught me to pay a lot of attention to detail on a plate and how to put a plate together. There's a class called garde manger, and it teaches you all the components of a plate and how to make it be complete and be presentable and look nice in appearance. And one of the things I remember is I would garnish a plate with like lemon zest or something like that, or a mint leaf. And my chef Hagerman or whatever, he said like, taste it. What does it taste like? And it didn't taste good. And even when you tasted it with the rest of the dish, it just didn't taste right. And he's like, well, you should do something about that. Like for the mint, you can like cut it up smaller, chiffonade it or something. And then for the lemon wedge, you could like candy it and put it in vinegar and water or whatever, and sugar. And it would taste a lot better and actually complete the dish and accent it. I think the more artistic part is putting the final product together and putting it all on the plate. But I guess like it's actually quite simple sometimes. Like I work at Bravo right now, and I'm like in the back of the house, and I just do like pantry, but we compile our salads like as close as we can in the middle of the plate, and that's pretty simple. And then our other dishes, I've seen how they're prepared, and it's just really about like arranging it. So it's not that hard, but I guess it is an art because you're perfecting the skill and everything. And you're being creative, I guess, by changing ingredients and stuff. I chose cooking because, more or less I was going to do also the Baking and Pastry program, but I wanted to actually get a degree, not just a certificate, and this school doesn't offer a degree. So I just decided I would go for culinary. And before I came here, I went to Kent State for a year, and I took hospitality management, and it wasn't hands-on enough for me, and I didn't like it, and I knew I wanted to come somewhere else, so I looked into other schools, and this school interested me because they actually showed an interest in me back. Ever since I was little, I've always wanted to open a restaurant or a bakery. I took a cake decorating class right before I came here just to make sure it was something I wanted to go into baking and pastry or culinary. And I really did enjoy it, and I found that's more what I enjoyed was doing cakes and stuff like that, and just the culinary aspect. It is an art because it's something you're perfecting, and I know in art there's like the saying, like there's never any mistakes, you just like fix it or improvise. And you can when I think of edible art though, I think of more of like their like the baking and pastry part, how they do like sugar works and stuff, because they put a lot more time into presenting it in a I don't know how to explain it. Theirs is all about like the appearance. It's more than just the taste. Like on cakes, like you'll see fondant used, and most of the time fondant isn't even eaten. It's picked off the cake. Like nobody really likes it, but it's literally there for the appearance. Like, and it's just, they put so much time into what it looks like, and they still make it an overall, I guess, great product to eat, or edible art. You can change the flavor of something, make it into something else. There's just numerous things you can do to it, and many possibilities and outcomes of what you're creating. So that's, I guess, why it would be an art. And then a lifestyle, because you're always eating. You always have to eat, and cooking, you have to cook to do that. So I mean, somebody does. So it's really not going anywhere. Like, you're always gonna have to cook. And it's a business because a lot of people make it into careers, and it's, I think, one of the biggest growing careers out there now. And since even the economic decline or whatever, it's our business, and increase of work and people making it of careers is still really high, and it's increasing still.
That's a wrap.